Okay guys, this is it. This is going to be the last video from this space. In today's video we're going to start moving the tanks to the new studio. I'm super excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Let's get started. So when I announced that I'm going to be moving, a lot of you guys asked me to document the process of moving the tanks from one place to another. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how I transport the tanks, how I'm going to catch all the fish, how I'm going to keep all the beneficial bacteria alive, and of course how we're going to fill the tank back up in the new studio. Now the plan for today is to move all the tanks from the shelf, so that's 5. We're also going to move the 90B, so that's number 6. I'm going to move the 45P, so that's 7. And we're also going to move the 60U, so that's 8. So the only tank that's not going to be moved today is the big 90B. I'm actually going to move this tank next week. Main reason for that is it doesn't fit in our car, so we need to rent a big van. And of course it's also very heavy, so I need some extra help to carry it. I mean, all the other tanks I can kind of lift up by myself, I think. But for this I definitely need an extra set of hands. Now in the past 2 weeks or so I've been quite busy, like painting the new studio, putting furniture together. So the tanks have been neglected a little bit. And as you can see, like for example the BETTA tank over here, there's a little bit of algae on the sand. Some of the lily pipes are a little bit dirty. The shrimp tank over here is like completely overgrown. So before I start moving the tanks, I kind of just want to do a big maintenance session. Okay, so I just cleaned this little external canister filter. The media is still sort of half dirty, half clean, but it's all moist. I'm just gonna add some new filter floss on there and then close the lid. And then I'm just gonna pack it away like this. So there's still some moisture in here. Beneficial bacteria will stay in here just fine. Okay, so I would say this one is done for now. The only thing left to do is to drain the water and catch the BETTA. But of course there's no really a point of doing it now because we still have like 7 more tanks to go. So let's continue with the other ones. So next up is the Sulawesi shrimp tank. Same thing again. I'm going to remove the hang on back filter, clean it, then I'll trim some of the plants, and then later on we're going to drain the tank. I'm not even going to catch the shrimp, so I'll just leave a little bit of water for the shrimp so they can just stay in the tank. Okay, a little update in between. It's now like 11:15 in the morning. What have I done so far? Basically from all 4 tanks, all 4 freshwater tanks on the shelf and from the bookshelf tank, I've removed the CO2, I've removed the heater, and I've removed the filter. The filters I've kind of cleaned and I've also drained the water. This way, you know, all the media is still moist, it still has plenty of oxygen. If I would leave the water in there, then the oxygen levels will drop and we will lose all the beneficial bacteria. So basically all 5 of those tanks right now just have a light. That's it. That's the only equipment they have. Just need a light so I can later on catch the fish. I'm going to finish with the 45P and the 60U. Once I've cleaned them as well, then I can start catching fish from all tanks at the same time. Drain them all at the same, well not at the same time, but one after another. And once the tanks are all drained, we can start moving them. The goal is to be done by 5 PM with catching the fish and draining the tanks. Then we can have dinner, and after dinner we can move the tanks to the new studio. That's the plan. Fingers crossed we're gonna make it. Okay, it is now 1 PM. Just had a quick lunch and I think I'm now ready to start catching fish. So the 45P has been completely stripped of all equipment, just as a light. Same goes for the 60U. These I already showed you, all 4 of them are without filters or anything. Just the saltwater tank is still up and running. And same thing with the 90B, just a tank with a light. Then over here I have some external canister filters, some CO2 systems, more external canister filters, more CO2 systems, a bunch of small stuff in the crate over there. And over here I have all the tubings from the canister filters. Then over here we have all the glassware, all sparkling clean again. So now we're ready to start catching fish. I have 4 of these like 6.5 liter boxes. Hopefully that's enough to house all the fish. Okay, I'm going to start with the 90B. I think this one is going to take the longest, just because there's so many different hiding spots for the fish. I probably won't even be able to catch every single one of them, but again, I'm going to leave a little bit of water in each tank, just to make sure that if there is still some fish in there, they'll be just fine. Okay, managed to catch quite a few amber tetras already. It's actually going better than I thought. It seems like the fish just kind of naturally swim towards the front glass, you know, like even right now the water level is super low, but if I'm stepping away from the tank for a little bit and then I come back again, there's always one or two again at the front glass so I can pick them out. In the meantime, I've also started catching fish in the black water tank. So here we have one pair of the licorice gourami and there's a small group of exclamation point rasboras. Same thing, keeping the water level really low, so if there's still some rasboras in there, then they will show themselves in the front. But I think it's now time to start catching Mr. Alien, my betta. So I think he'll be fine in this cup for the time being. So let's start draining the water a little bit. And now I'll just wait for him to come to the front here, hoping he does that soon. Okay, so in the black water tank we still have quite a few cherry shrimp, but they can stay in here just fine. There's enough water for them and it should be light enough for me to carry this tank right now. So I'm going to take it out of the shelf, bring it to the table, and then we can wrap it. Okay, so this is basically what I'm going to do with every single tank. Just add a little bit of paper towel kind of on top of the plants. And then immediately spray it. Make sure those paper towels are nice and moist. Now we can wrap everything with cling film. And that way all the plants will just stay moist, make sure they don't dry out, you know. So I don't see any fish in the bookshelf tank anymore. So I think we're all good. I think we have all of them. I just tried to pick it up with the amount of water that we still have in here, but it is really still quite heavy, so I'm going to try to drain as much water as possible from this tank. Okay guys, it's now 4 p.m. I'm exhausted already, but I think I'm done with all the freshwater tanks. There's one wrapped, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's number 6. And here's number 7. So the only one left is the saltwater tank. I'm gonna save this one till the very last. Just before we start driving, I'm just gonna drain the tank completely, save all the salt water, remove all the equipment, and then as soon as we get to the new studio, I'm gonna set this one up first. Immediately fill it back up. Hopefully that's gonna work. Never moved the saltwater tank before. So the plan right now is just take a little break. I'm exhausted. Tanks are all covered, they're all fine. Nothing's gonna happen to them. So then after dinner, we're gonna load them up into the car, bring them to the new studio. Hopefully nothing's gonna happen during the drive over there. It's just like 5 minutes drive, so it should be fine. Okay, here we have the first load, 4 aquariums. We have the salt water, we have the Dutch style aquarium. Over there we have the black water aquarium, and this is the BETTA cube. Everything is wrapped with towels just to kind of prevent them from, bumping into each other. So let's bring these. Okay guys, the first official aquarium in the new studio. The Waterbox Cube 10 saltwater aquarium. Whew, this one is heavy, man. Now on its own stand. This looks really good. Let's quickly fill up with water again. It is now 11:30. I've just finished moving the last tank into the new studio. I'm absolutely exhausted, so I'm going to end the video here. If you guys want to see more of the new studio, then make sure you're subscribed. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.